When the chess guy world needed him the most, he vanished. Yeah. Exactly. All right, one card on the bottom for John. Mr. Rainforest, pass. Phil on the plate. Underground Sea, pass. Not much scamming going on. The real scam was convincing us he cared about Jeskai in the first place. Yeah, I think that's true. Swamp Cycling, Troll of Khazad-dûm, find an Underground Sea. Cards busted. I don't know what they were thinking. All right, just passing the turn. Everybody, nobody's playing any non-land permanents yet. Waste Tundra, Tundra gone. All right, replace Tundra. Force of Phil with a big praise here. Jeskai John's miracle check draw technique is first class. That's, I mean, I wish you said that about me, Force of Phil. I'm jealous. As we were talking about earlier on today's stream, my gameplay, my collection, none of it ever gets complimented. You know? Nice brainstorm, Chris. No, never. Chris, you really draw cards in a really cool way. Never. It's starting to bother me.
Target myself.
Predict.
Mystic Sanctuary. I'll pass with 7.
All right, another Swamp Cycle of Troll of Khazad-dûm, a completely busted, broken card. From Modern Horizons, Lord of the Rings. Audrey says, I'm impressed that Chris keeps track of all the abilities in play with 10 plus weird permanents in play. Weird to you. They're not weird to me. I'm very familiar with every card in my deck. The fact that you're not aware of every card that's legal in Legacy is your problem. Crinky Doom says, I'm listening to in my car on the way home from work. I think that makes you a radio broadcaster. You know what? That's nice, but please don't watch the stream while driving. Please. Please. Demok says, I'm impressed that Chris actually played attractions in an actual tournament. Do you know how many attractions I've played, folks? Do you have any idea?
I'll target the Predict.
Mystic Sanctuary on Predict. Predict goes back on top. Mystic Sanctuary, everybody, from the first Eldraine. Sure, just stop with one Eldraine set, right? We got Oko and Mystic Sanctuary. Wonderful. Force of Phil says, I saw Chris roll a 6 with 3 attractions to reanimate a Solitude, Ancestral Recall, and some other thing I don't remember with a Ratchet Trigger on the stack. That really did happen, yeah. My Legacy strategy is to confuse people to death. They just have no idea what the hell is going on, and I win. For that reason. Actually, what happened in the roll of 6 that Force of Phil is mentioning, I got a clown robot, I reanimated a Solitude until end of turn. And I exiled 3 cards off the top of my library with Storybook Ride that I can cast until the end of turn. I mean, that's a hit, right? Here's Grief.
With that on the stack, I'll predict target myself.
Predict with Predict on top.
6.
Bowmaster in response. Let's present the stack nicely, people. Make it organized here.
You shooting me?
Ratchet behavior, yeah.
Before predict result.
Would you say that this stream is ratchet, chat? Be careful with your answers. Force pitching Days on Swords. Force pitching Portent. And Orcish Bowmaster is Swords successfully. So Predict is going to resolve here.
I'm going to name predict.
Gizlo says, I think I need to sleeve up some Deadbeat Attendance again. That card made for some fun games. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do it.
Sanctuary Delta. Days predict absent.
Unexpectedly Absent is the last card in Phil's hand.
Take, or, I'll take Predict.
Predict is selected. Terminus. There's a miracle. Another Mystic Sanctuary. Brainstorm going back on top if it resolves.
Okay, sure. Nice 3 cards. You have 2 cards now?
I have 3 cards left. Go ahead.
Soren's Ransom. These always get interesting. Please don't tell me that die means the ring is tempted. I hope we see a ring token here. Wasteland and Underground Sea face up. They'll go into the graveyard.
Yeah.
All right, Polluted Delta and Flooded Strand, not the best. All right, we're digging in the box for tokens. There it is, the ring, right into the glare. Come on! Right into the damn glare.
Play land for card.
This channel is frustrating. All right, I moved a little bit out of the glare. That's good. All right, Brainstorm will get cast right off the top. No signs of Triumph of St. Catherine so far in this game. That's been Chris's what? Phil's card of choice for the last, I don't know, year or whatever.
That was the Delta.
Raise your hand in the chat if you've cast Triumph of St. Catherine.
Yeah.
Ponder. I see a Terminus in the mix.
Check myself. Terminus.
All right, Terminus thrown away. All right, with Scott Wire as a St. Catherine fan. Shout out to Light Confidant and Harry Houdini, our monthly gift sub and cheerleaders. Really appreciate it. Light Confidant holding us down for the last 30 days. I don't know where the the metagame share or whatever will settle for Triumph of St. Catherine, but it's still criminally underplayed in this format for sure.
Target Soren's Ransom.
Mystic Sanctuary targeting Soren's Ransom. No ring bearer on the table right now for John, obviously. Soren's Ransom goes back on top. Soren's Ransom resolves here. No. Force pitching Portent. Counterbalance right off the top resolves. This is good content, yeah. Great content. Grief. Counterbalance trigger, reveal Scalding Tarn.
Still on the stack. Predict target himself.
Scalding Tarn is known, so Predict can name it. Draw 2. Brainstorm now with Grief on the stack.
So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is that a Daze in Phil's hand still? I believe so. Unexpectedly absent also. Thwart returning the Mystic Sanctuaries.
Oh, you already
Didn't have it yet. I already revealed. I'll pay for it. I don't think you have it, right?
I'll put Soren's Ransom on top.
Yeah.
All right, Soren's Ransom goes back on top. Daze allowed John to replay it. One card in John's hand. Mystic Sanctuary for Phil now. Put Predict on top. Jace the Mind Sculptor gets slammed here.
How about it?
Fate Seal puts Soren's Ransom on the bottom.
Oh, thank you.
I'll keep off that.
So Soren's Ransom moved to the top of the library by Mystic Sanctuary, moved to the bottom by Jace the Mind Sculptor's Fate Seal ability. Keith Master Flex is here, says, thanks for waiting for me to start round 1. I'm here now. Keith, you missed like 4 rounds. Super late to today's stream.
So you reveal 4 cards.
You have 5 cards in hand?
I have 5 hands.
Oh yeah.
What should be the punishment for tardiness, chat? All right, passing the turn.
I'm going to target predict.
Mystic Sanctuary puts Predict back on top. I think that's like the 7th time Predict got put back on top of this library. All right, Fate Seal. That one looked like it stayed on top, or no? I kind of missed it. Chat saw it. Predict, Predict. Drawing cards. Yeah, can we get some bagels in the chat? Let's get some bagels in the chat.
I think in modern, like you get these cards that actually draw you with a bunch of cards. It's really good. Legacy, everything is so selective.
Double counterbalance, Jace on 9.
You don't get that like drawing cards.
You already picked up on that?
Yep. Results.
All right. Predict is on top, so Brainstorm resolves here. Yeah, no thwart back on top.
5.
Phil did have a daze at one point, though, so I don't know what happens with that.
For this, Counterbalance triggers. First one.
Counterbalance triggers for Bowmaster. Trop on top. Predict.
Still with these on the stack.
Well, one counterbalance trigger still in the stack. Brainstorm here.
Trying to think. Sorry.
Yep. Counterbalance.
Another Bowmaster. Reveals Misty on top.
I'm going to unexpectedly absent one of the counterbalances.
These will go.
Oh, sorry. This is go. Put it right on top like that.
Okay.
Second counterbalance. Second counterbalance reveal. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Knew about the unexpectedly absent too, but that line, I didn't see that line. That was impressive.
Gentleman game.
All right, enters the battlefield tapped for both players there on turn 1. Underground Sea Pass. Yeah, that was flashy for sure. All right, here's a Bowmaster for John. Looks like it's coming in on end step, and it's resolving. No unexpectedly absent shenanigans that time. But I would guess its days are short-lived here. Fetching in response to a wasteland, I'm assuming targeting Mystic Sanctuary. Finds Tundra. Swords on Bowmaster. All right, so plays around days there.
Yep. Target myself.
Portent.
That's why we play the cards. Almost positive. Okay, I'll try.
Soren's Ransom. Predict and response.
Target myself.
Days. Force pitching counterbalance. So quite a battle here over Soren's Ransom.
Is this good? On the import side. This results.
I'll let you do it.
Okay. So Soren's Ransom is going to resolve. The ring will be tempting John, and the Sork army will most likely become the ring bearer. Let's see what John is given as a choice here.
Oh, I'm sorry. This one's actually resolved.
Face up Ponder and Murktide face down 2 cards. I'd be surprised if John doesn't just take the Ponder and Murktide. Okay, what are the other 2 cards? The other 2 cards are Brazen Bower and Polluted Delta. Okay, interesting. All right, the Orc army becomes the Ring Bearer.
My turn?
Yep.
Well,
I will tap your swamp green.
Waste Tundra, swing for 1.
Get a hamster.
Murktide region, everybody. There it is. Wow. It really is incredible. It's a 4/4. That was funny for some reason. All right, a brainstorm for Phil resolves. Carpet of flowers hitting the stack. That'll be pretty good.
you have 5 cards?
4 cards.
4 cards. Carpet resolved.
I'll say in my second name, I'll say green.
Yeah.
Alone, targeting the 3 lines I can target.
It looks like a Polluted Delta, a Tundra, and a Mystic Sanctuary. Targeted by Life from the Loam here. Using 2 green added by Carpet of Flowers. Force pitching Ponder on Life from the Loam. Okay. RM Santana, thanks for the sub with Prime. 3 months. That's a new badge. Thank you. I don't really know what happened with that Force of Will there. Let Carpet resolve, then... Okay, so now Reanimate. Targeting Brazen Bower.
Cards.
Was there a mistake in life totals? Not sure. If there was, I missed it. No big deal. I mean, it is a huge deal, but, you know. Any reanimators lately? Yeah, we've seen some reanimator on stream recently. Second Carpet of Flowers. Okay.
I'll name white with both. Cast Terminus.
1, 2.
Hard casting Terminus here. And they are gone.
I'll pass after that.
Side Norna with a gigantic question here. Is it miracles if it has carpet? You know what, Side Norna? You're making a really good point. I think we got to correct this here. This is carpet control. Wow, I can't type.
Sure.
Bowmasters is in there. Side Norna is here, everybody. Side Norna always has
Carpet triggers.
good insight into what's going on screen. Often catches things that other people don't see.
I will use one of the white to cast Reap.
Can I read that?
All right, here's Reap, everybody.
So 2.
It would be for 2. My targets are going to be Predict and Terminus.
You have any Keyforge gamers here? We're reaping. Predict and Terminus are returned.
The white.
I wanted you to possibly.
5.
For 5 plus.
And another Terminus is cast after Reap.
I have Predict in my hand.
I saw this one. You want to shuffle this?
Yeah, we know the bottom 2 cards are the Brazen Borrower and the Murktide, right? From the tournament. And then now the Bowmaster. These should be the bottom 3.
Yep.
All right, correcting an accidental look at the next card here. Good thinking, Phil, that the 3 bottom cards were known.
You draw the turn, right?
I drew 4.
Okay. I'll pass.
That's you.
I'll make blue. So I have 8 blue.
Go check out an interview with Reed Duke on Eternal Dirtles. They were talking about Reap a bit and Jund in Legacy. Force of Phil's podcast / YouTube channel.
Misty Rain first. Fortune trigger himself.
I think what ended up happening was man ended up not really being my
Go like this. Pass. 2 triggers.
Niels, thanks for the resub. 10 months. Thank you. Another Bowmaster.
Cards.
Gonna let Bowmaster resolve. Force pitching force on the swords.
1 card. One card.
Is that a Thwart in Phil's hand? I think so. Can't tell. Brainstorm will resolve. Okay. 3 Bowmaster triggers are on the stack. Thwart resolves on the force. Predict resolves. Name Mr. Rainforest. How does Phil keep track of all this stuff? By the end of that sequence, I would have forgot what card was on top of the library. For sure.
White. So it's 8.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
8 white mana.
Well, I'm just reading the Chinese.
Unexpectedly absent removes the Orc army. 6 white mana remaining.
3, 6, 8. X is 2.
And now hard casting Entreat. X is 2, so I believe that's 2 4/4 angels for Phil.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, yeah, you have one floating. Right? You have one floating?
Because I had 8, I used 2, so I had 6 left. I'm paying.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
costs 7.
I see. Yeah. For extras too. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. You can go like this.
So you have one floating. I went floating.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm done after that.
Murktide region, everybody.
This is 4 spells.
Okay.
6/6 Murktide.
Okay. This is adding white again. I'm going to tuck this. Tuck it 6 beneath the top.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, so 6 from the top, so it should be the 6th card.
Oh, it should be the 6 first. Okay, so here's 5. No, I'm just showing you.
Yeah, X cards from the top is how it's worded, which would mean that it would mean it's the 6th one down. So it would be the 6th one down, right? Yeah.
What's X?
X is 6. So
It's beneath the top X card, so there'll be 6 cards above it.
X is 1 is underneath 1. Yeah. So X is
Okay, so here, I'm showing you 6.
You got it. And then I'll hit you for 8. And then I'll pass.
Oh, that's 16, right?
Yeah.
Keep. Fetch.
All right, John will fetch. Getting attacked for 8 by the Angels.
Not that it really matters, but
Yeah, Carpet's just nasty.
should have brought in powder keg.
How many universes beyond cards we got? A lot.
A lot, like a lot.
I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's almost like the magic lore has been
Dude, no one cares about the magic lore, Chris. I'm saying that on. It's my official statement. No questions, no further questions.
John says nobody cares about the magic lore.
Result.
That was John. Just keep that in mind, everybody.
Because when you reveal sneak attack, I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. You just sneak attack. And then you put a team up and you're like, oh.
It's a shame John feels that way. The rest of us are deeply invested in the magic lore, which is why we're so angry about Universes Beyond. What's Chandra's favorite color, chat? You know the answer.
Bury is not that.
What's Nissa's home plane? Chat knows the answer.
I'm so surprised.
They know.
I was playing it last week and hated it.
Hated it?
Hated it. It's so clunky. And
Who's who's Jace's real father, chat?
it's just like so clunky and awful.
They know.
2 games left.
Yeah, not.
That is the match. GG's. Phil gets it. Some impressive plays all around. Good games.